you said you didn't have meaningful interactions after
Mhm.
work. Is that more so when you were experiencing depression yourself?
Yeah. So look, I'd say I was mildly depressed as a teenager. Partly hormones, I'm guessing, partly home scenario not being ideal, right? Not the worst, but definitely not ideal. And that alleviated quite a bit at university because it was a fun, engaging environment, lots of things to learn, lots of interesting people to meet. The people you don't like, unlike school, you don't have to hang out with them, right? You have many more
Right.
choices than in school, right? So that was a renaissance for me. That was a wonderful time. But then going back to law, I found things were starting to go back in reverse because I'm spending the time with the same people because we're working together. I'm spending
Mhm.
long hours with them. Again, nothing wrong with the wonderful people, right? But I'm losing touch with all my friends outside of work. I'm not building any new friends outside of work. I'm not having any interesting experiences outside of work. When I'm flying off to do whatever it is, you see the inside of a hotel room, and then it doesn't matter what exotic location you are, it's still a hotel room. I mean, you could be
Right.
anywhere, right? And so, um, yeah, I'd say maybe a kind of a low level depression formed more in the sense of um, I was getting an increasing inner tension that where my life was heading wasn't right. And I guess that was kind of the best description of the emotional internal atmosphere building up. And yeah, I guess you could call that mild depression at that point, right? It wasn't like I'm giving up on life level of
Right.
depression, but it was definitely there's something very wrong with where things are going, and I don't quite know how to fix it yet.
Right. So what that internal compass saying there's something wrong, I don't know quite how to fix it.
Yeah.
But how did you move forward with that exact thought?
Well, this is where hypnosis really came in because to give you a contrast. Monday morning, I'm waking up to go to the office, right? And the way I motivate myself to get out of bed is, don't worry, in 5 days the weekend will come, and then you'll be free, right?
Yeah.
And then so the first realization was wishing 5/7 of your life away is not a good place to be, right?
Right.
Then
Yes.
the second thing came because I enrolled in hypnosis training initially. Well, for two reasons. One, I'd been doing some hypnosis at university as well, which I really enjoyed. It was an interesting self-development tool, shall we say? So I was
Mhm.
interested in doing that. But really, if I'm honest with myself, the strongest driver for me signing up for a hypnosis school at the time was it was something so far removed from law that it was just
Mhm.
a breath of fresh air. It was something different. I met people who were nothing like the lawyers I was meeting, right? I was learning stuff that was nothing to do with the law. And so it was very interesting stuff. It was about the mind, how you feel, how you relate to the world. All these things were built into in therapy, of course. But for me, the most telling fact was this. I had to fight to motivate myself, just get out of bed to go to work. But
Mhm.
I bounce out of bed on mornings that my hypnosis training was on. As an example, it was a friend's 25th birthday party, I believe it was. So it's a big event at his parents' house. Everyone went over. We all had a great time. Everyone got drunk, crashed out in his living room. It's a big mass pile of bodies everywhere. It was a really fun evening, right? We were up until about 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, something like that. Now that day, I got up at 6 a.m. to go across London. It took me 2 hours to get to the other side of London to go to my school. I didn't even bat an eyelid. I didn't have to motivate myself. I was literally, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I've got to go. Right.
Mhm.
So there I am, half hungover, exhausted, and just so happy to be in this room. To me, that was a massive sign in the sky saying, you might want to consider a different path.
Right. I like that.